Hi guys, this is a new video on the watch list that I'm making. So this is another video where I will explain how I've made my watch list. This can help you in understanding my mindset, what I'm looking at, and how do I finally zero down on some few names for the coming week. This list is not exhaustive. That means that there are more names in the market. It's just that I've stopped uh, after finding these many names because it is an endless exercise. If I keep finding, then there's no end to it. And as you all know, I don't want to clutter myself with too many options. So this is the watch list that I've made for the coming week. So let's just study one by one why I've selected these names. So first of all, let's just study the the RS part. Is there a relative strength? If you see, this is where the index started correcting the mid on 12th September. We had a massive fall, and since then we have been going sideways. So I'm comparing how stocks have done. The first step I did was to check relative strength after this period. If there is a relative strength, then I've selected that name, and then I've checked other things. So the first step was to filter out names based on relative strength. And if you see here, you have clear lower highs and higher lows, but this stock traded above. This is the 12th September day, and it crossed clearly on 27th September. In fact, it crossed just 3 days later itself. So clearly there is a higher. This is, you can see that this is going in upward direction and this is in downward direction. So there is RS clearly. So the next name also had the same thing. This is the 12th September day and it crossed, fact crossed 12th September on this day. So again, a higher high and higher low formation, doing better than the market. Here again, you have HBL. This is not as clean as the other one, but if you see, this is the 12th September day. And since then, we are going higher. And this is, now this is not as clean or as obvious as the other names. But if you see that here you have a flat higher low, this is making a higher, you have a flat higher high, and this stock is making higher lows. And the fact that it has given a very smooth linear up move just recently, that's why I've selected this name with just this much relative strength, because I feel that this stock is one of the most, it gave a move which can be trusted, and now it is going through a base reset. It is forming a new base and has reclaimed the 20 DMA just yesterday with a higher volume. So many purple dots. It's a very linear name. That's why I've selected it. And it's one of the leaders of this sector. This one is clear, very, very clear relative strength. You can see it yourself. So IBR is also relative strength. It fell on 12th September, just like the market did, but it reclaimed and crossed, made a new high. So this setup is correction and back to new highs almost immediately. Then JK Tire also did the same. It corrected and back to highs almost immediately, making relative strength is very obvious here and has gone really tight in the last 4-5 days. This is a leading name of, if you remember my tweet, I said mining stocks are doing really well. Every stock in this sector is moving with powerful volume. There are many multiple 5 million volume plus days. And no, it's very obvious that there is a clear relative strength. That stock is down 5-6 days in a row, so I've selected it. And I said it that I will try and create a position in the mining sector. Maybe this is now giving an opportunity. MRPL, again, this is not as obvious as the other RS relative strength, but this is also making this higher low is much steeper than the index. And this also moved at a very smooth move. And if you see that, if you want to know the quality of who is actually holding the stock, is it really in powerful hands? You can see that now the stock is making less duration during below the 20 moving average. Here it was for these many days, and now it came under the market pressure and immediately reclaimed the next 3-4 days and has not really gone down or has stayed below 20 as it did here. So it looks like it is now in a stronger hand. So this is also the reason why I selected it. This is also clear RS, higher lows. And if you see the same point here, it went below 20 DMA this much the last time, but now it hardly went below 20 DMA. So now it looks like it is in much stronger hands. These guys are not letting the stock drop. That's why, and has gone really tight. Same for this stock, clear RS, and it came below 20 on this day under market pressure, but immediately just in the next 2 days it reclaimed. So it's not really staying below 20 like it used to earlier. So looks like it. This is also in stronger hands now. SDBL past leader, very smooth move. Like there, if you see, this was like a dream move. If you buy here, if you somehow get the position here and you ride, you never get stopped out from 128 to about 326. That stock is again now clearly showing RS. You can see that there is so all these names. Now the list is over. All these names had RS. Now if you just see the daily chart here, let's first make sure that they are all good on weekly. So they don't look very extended on the weekly. Clearly, it has been forming base on base. This is your base, first base, and there's making a shorter base on top of it. Just like the same logic. Now it looks like the stock is in much stronger hands. It is not really going down, making shorter bases. So weekly is absolutely all right. It's not, you're not buying an extended move. In fact, is also has been resting for last, after this much move, has been resting for 2 weeks, and so not expensive on weekly. This is also HPL. Like I said, it's one of the leading moves, as it was down for 4-5 weeks, and now it's again making a comeback. Again, new move, clearly not very extended. It's just it moved and then has been resting for last 3-4 weeks, and finally, in the bad market week, the stock has been standing out, is gone up. JK Tire clean move, was resting for last 6-7 weeks, and finally it started moving. So not an extended move again. This might look extended to you, but this is just the start of the move. This is just the start of the move. If you see all the mining stocks, they've just started their move after a no movement for many months. That stock is now coming down on daily. I'll show you that it's down for 6-7 days in a row. It can be a reversal trade. So again, not an extended move. MRPL, very neat move going on, and now making another shot base on base. This is your base, and this is your second base right on top of it. It went below the 10-week moving average under market pressure, but immediately recovered. So it's a sign of strength. In RB bearings, this is also your base and your mini base on top of it. Looks like in very strong hands. It did not really go down at all in the 12th September week. Clearly, you can see that it came under pressure, but recovered right in the same week itself. And this is also a very young move, making base for last 4 weeks, has been resting. So there is an inside week also, right? Completely inside this week. So the weekly, and this is last one, I think STBL, very neat move. Like I said, if this is the kind of move that makes a lot of money, that stock has been resting for last, I think 7-8 weeks, 10 weeks, and now it has started resuming the trend again. So not an expensive or extended week on the weekly. So the weekly of every stock we've checked, there's no problem in with any name. Now let's just see if they're ready for tomorrow or for the coming week. Now, like I said, Angel is making a base on base. This is your the daily also says the same. This is your, so it can be added using a busted opportunity on like tomorrow, or if it goes tight in the coming days, can be taken as a strong start. Fact, right for so many days, sitting right on the 10-day moving average, and has multiple purple dots. Has gone really tight. Again, can be added using the busted or strong start in the coming days. HBL is, this is what it is doing. You can imagine that it's making a curve. You can clearly see that it is making a cup, and now it is in the, if I draw the midpoint, it is right, it has crossed the midpoint of this. If you see the highest point and the lowest point, it is right at the midpoint where we see a lot of momentum coming back. And in the coming days, if this is where it can offer you multiple entries. This is that setup, if you remember. Now it's will offer you multiple entries. If markets don't collapse, this is where it can offer you multiple entries. This is that it is coming out of the correction and reclaiming the 20 DMA. IBR Estate, like I said, the stock is corrected and made a new high and has gone tight again. This is the setup where you see corrections and the stock is back to highs, like the Arvind and NCC trades that were shared earlier, or has gone really tight. Use busted if it goes down, or if it gives you a strong start, you can enter either way. This is also the same setup you have. This is where we are. And this is, you are at this stage. It can offer you multiple entries if, like I said, if markets don't collapse. Then JK Tire, same setup, corrected, came back up, has gone really tight. It's your cup and handle. This is your, or call it a stock which corrected and back to highs almost immediately. So it fits in every category. It has gone really tight. Use your busted technique or the strong start technique to enter in this trade. Mining sector, I'm trying to, it has my top priority and I want to create a position here because all the names are moving up together. That stock is down for 5 days in a row. Can take a reversal trade if it goes down again. Like if it's down again tomorrow, it can offer you a busted trade opportunity. So it has a lot of purple dots. If you see, it's the highest volume. Started with 2 million volume here, 3 million here, and then 5 million here. So big game is going on here. MRPL corrected with market pressure, then immediately recovered, is gone really tight. Can be traded as a strong start or busted. NRB bearing, same thing. You have very tight days, 3 inside days inside this bar. It is a strong start can really take the stock much higher. You can expect moves like this if, like I said, if markets don't collapse. This one also made a new high up across the 12th September bad day and has gone really, really tight. Has been giving fast moves. If you see this, it is capable of giving moves like this. Has been surfing the 50 very neatly. Sooner looks like it will be in much stronger hands and will surf 20 like it is surfing the 50-day very. It's a very young stock, by the way. Then we have SDBL, a trusted move. Last time it went from 120 to 336. This stock is in much stronger hands. Came to 50 for the first time in this entire move. Stayed there, did not collapse with the under market pressure and is now back to highs and looks like it is starting its second journey. So this is it. These were the reasons why I selected these names. There are, like I said, there are more names, but you cannot have 50 names in your watch list and then be confused with what to take in the first, like when the markets start. So I stopped at these names. I did not go beyond just to not clutter myself. If there will be names which will go out, like break out, and they will not be part of this list, but that's all right for me. My objective is to make money from this list, and if I make it, that's what matters at the end of the day. If you have any questions, use the members club channel and let me know.